Hi everyone, welcome to News Roundup number 97 on a truly glorious, sunny, warm day here in England. And people tell you it always rains in England, don't believe them. As you get older, you need every bit of help to survive. A story in the Daily Mail reveals that traffic lights could be changed to stay on red for longer to help Britain's ageing population. The paper says that the government is reviewing crossing times after concerns about pensioners struggling to cross the road before the lights change. Apparently, figures for the time it takes pedestrians to cross the road have not been reviewed since the 1950s, despite a significant rise in the number of elderly people. The Mail quotes a government source as saying, "It is right that we look at how we can use better technology to make crossing safer, particularly for some elderly or vulnerable pedestrians who may welcome slightly more crossing time." Okay, well, there may have been a significant rise in the number of elderly people, but there has been an enormous rise in the number of cars. So rather than tinkering, maybe we should look to making some real fundamental changes. And, judging by a report in the Daily Express, youngsters at a Surrey school are to get a helping hand to have a lie-in. The independent fee-paying Hampton Courthouse School in East Moseley is to start the academic day at 1:30 p.m. and finish at 7 p.m. for all students aged 16 and over. The move follows research by neuroscientists which showed that teenagers learn better if they are allowed to wake up according to their body clocks. Head teacher Guy Holloway said, "There are 168 hours in a week, and how productive they are depends on how they choose to use those hours. At Hampton Courthouse, we don't think we have the answer for everybody. It's about what works in our community. We want them to get into an environment where they can get quality sleep and their bodies are functioning well." I bet they still turn up late. Yeah, I'd second that. Ah well, nothing stands in the way of progress. According to a report in The Independent, Network Rail is prepared to cause what it admits will be substantial harm to parts of the Liverpool Road railway station in Manchester, reckoned to be the oldest surviving mainline station in the world, by building a 3,600-foot viaduct above it. The station, along with the surrounding Victorian track structures, including a Grade 1 listed brick viaduct designed by George Stephenson, has been described by English Heritage as the railway equivalent of Stonehenge. The viaduct, costing £132 million, is part of a £600 million rail modernisation scheme aimed at improving services across the north of England. However, Sir Neil Cousins, a past chairman of English Heritage, says Network Rail's handling of the design and consultation of the viaduct is fundamentally flawed. The 1969 classic Simon and Garfunkel hit Bridge Over Troubled Water is among many people's favourite songs, and now the riverside cottage overlooking the crossing which was believed to have inspired the record is up for auction. The Daily Mail says that the American duo wrote the hit after enjoying breathtaking views from Bickley Bridge in Tiverton, Devon. The bridge, built in 1809, is overlooked by Bickley Cottage, which was built in the 17th century and extended in 1973. It was a hotel till 2000, when it was turned into 3 dwellings, and all the properties are now up for sale, with a guide price of £600,000. Is that each or for all 3? You have a guess, then find out. Oh dear, it seems that the government is not too hopeful about England's chances in next month's World Cup in Brazil. The Independent tells us that an analysis by the Home Office reckons there is a high likelihood of England being knocked out in the tournament's group stages, and the national team has virtually no chance of reaching the semi-finals. The report was aimed at forecasting the impact of extending pub opening hours during the World Cup on drink-fuelled crime and alcohol sales. It said, while England are certain to be playing in the matches in the first period, there is a high probability that they will not be playing in the later matches. To account for this, we have used odds from Betfair, implying that England have a 54% probability of progressing past the group stage and an 11% probability of progressing past the quarter-finals, allowing us to estimate the expected benefits. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.